Hello Aries, this is Chevy from Cosmic Conversations with Chevy. I'm a tarot card reader and this is going to be your general love reading for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus for the week of November 20th. Now if this video isn't resonating with you as much Aries, please make sure that you check out your moon sign video, which deals with your emotions, and your Venus sign video, which deals with how you show up in relationships. Please check it out because there may be a message there for you. Now, if you are involved with an Aries, keep in mind that the messages will be reversed as you're considered a cross watcher. Now, what I am going to do, I'm going to pull cards for your person, in which I'll be able to clarify everything in real time, which also means I'll be doing some shuffling towards the end of the video. Now, if you are interested in a more private reading, the information to book me is down below in the description box. Please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel since I already have you here, and especially if this reading resonates with you, Aries. Okay, so we're looking at the overall energy for you, in which the first card that we have to the left is the Page of Swords. Underneath the Page of Swords, you have the Codependency card. In the middle, you have the Four of Pentacles, in which that Four of Pentacles is very interesting because this popped up in your last reading, Aries. If you didn't get a chance to check out the video from, I believe this was the week of the 6th or the week of the 13th, make sure that you take a look at this video because this is popping back up in your reading. Underneath the Four of Pentacles, you have the Stay Optimistic about your love life card. Then all the way to the right, you have the Seven of Wands. And then underneath the Seven of Wands, you have the Love Yourself First card. Now, Aries, with this Four of Pentacles, this card was discussed before. You possibly trying to hold very tight to a connection, not necessarily accepting the connection is what it is. Trying to be in the flow of this relationship, this connection. But however, there's a need for you to be able to accept and know your worth and not necessarily hold on to the possibilities of this relationship. Or you could be holding on to this relationship for possibly sexual reasons. And it's so surprising when this card came out. I'm just like, oh my goodness, this card came out last time. I'm like, I wish that I was able to do it live so that way you all can see that this card is coming up. I do not manipulate any cards. I do not force any cards to come out. This is strictly the energy for Aries in their relationship. However, when I do my readings, I pre-shuffle the cards as well as line the cards up. I want to keep the videos clean. Sometimes I don't have my nails done, so I don't want to sit here and lay out the cards. I just want this to be seen as what it is, but you take it how it resonates. This does not mean that this is going to be for every single Aries, but however, I can guarantee that this is the energy as to what's going on when it comes down to the relationship that you have with your person. Now let's take a look at the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, this is someone who is watching, not necessarily saying a lot, just kind of keeping an open mind. They're a watcher. They're someone that's taking on. Someone could be watching your social media. You could be watching someone's social media because this is your energy, Aries. Or maybe you feel like someone is watching your social media, but I feel like you are watching your person, not necessarily saying too much, keeping an eye on them. And you're just trying to, I feel that maybe you're just trying to gather some information. This could be gathering clarity, gathering closure. But I feel like you are just watching their social media, possibly wondering what they're doing. You could be missing your person. With this Four of Pentacles being right next to it, tells me that you could be holding on to this person. But let's go ahead and go back to the Page of Swords. Before I go across, I want to start up and then go down. So with the Page of Swords, you could be watching your person's social media, just trying to get some insight regarding this connection. Now, underneath the Page of Swords, there is the Codependency card. So someone, which this could be your energy, has addictions that are affecting your romantic life. Now, this codependency could be a codependency, an addiction that could be some bad habits, an addiction to alcohol, addictions to drugs, addictions to sex, addictions to gambling, or just codependency that you have regarding your relationship. Maybe you are too dependent on this person wanting to be able to have this connection. And I'm just looking at the overall energy of all the cards. But I feel like there is some codependency and addictions that are causing this relationship to have possibly it's affecting it to have some problems, to have some issues. And there's a need for these addictions to be worked on so that way you can have a healthier relationship. Now let's get back to the Four of Pentacles. So with this Four of Pentacles, like I said, someone could be holding on to the relationship, using the relationship only strictly for sex, not necessarily accepting your worth. So Aries, I would just advise you to pay attention to the red flags. There could be some possibly red flags in this connection that you may not be paying attention to, and it's time for you to be able to know your worth and possibly release these addictions, release this codependency that you have with this person, release the need of just going with the flow of this relationship. But there is someone definitely holding on to it. And then underneath the Four of Pentacles, you have the Stay Optimistic About Your Love Life card. So positive thinking and faith is going to bring you romance. So if you are holding on to this relationship and you know that this relationship really doesn't bring you happiness, it's like your spiritual guides are telling you to stay optimistic, continue to think positive. Positive thinking, not necessarily positive thinking specifically for this relationship, but positive thinking on what you want when it comes down to a relationship, knowing your worth when it comes down to a relationship, and just having faith that that the universe is going to bring you whom is supposed to be for you, not who you think is possibly for you. If that makes sense, Aries. So stay optimistic, continue to be positive about your romantic life. Know your worth, and then also continue to speak positive affirmations. Continue to speak upon what you really want in a relationship, because then when you continue to speak positive, the universe is going to, it's all about divine time. The universe is going to send you who is meant to be in your life and not necessarily someone who you expect to be in your life that you may be holding on to. Now with the Seven of Wands, this card is a challenge card. You may be feeling challenged within this relationship, not necessarily feeling protected, not feeling like this relationship is growing. You may be feeling a little bit vulnerable when it comes down to this relationship, having your nose wide open and not necessarily defending yourself when it comes down to your boundaries, your worth, your rules, your self-expression. But it's like with this card, it could be very challenging, and it's a need for you to make sure that you're protecting yourself. Also, underneath the Seven of Wands, you have the Love Yourself First card. This card says your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So, which loving yourself, this comes down to knowing your worth, being able to express yourself through this challenging relationship, letting go of addictions, and then also setting healthy boundaries. So once you start setting healthy boundaries, your person is going to know that you do have self-respect. You're not necessarily allowing yourself to be completely vulnerable, completely like caught up in the thought of this person loving you and wanting to be with you, and you know that this may not be the same energy that you're getting back. And if your person knows your energy, they know that you possibly may seem vulnerable, then they may probably take advantage of you. So just make sure that you're showing them that yes, you do have self-respect for yourself. And if it's a need for you to let go of this relationship, then it's time to let go. Not necessarily living in the old reality to pursue this relationship, but coming to the point of knowing when it's the right time to walk away and no longer regretting your choice. No longer feeling stuck in this current situation. No longer having fears. So let's go ahead and see how your person is feeling. Let's go ahead and dive into their energy. So how is Aries person feeling about them? How is Aries person feeling about them? Okay. Okay, so your person is feeling a little heartbroken. This could be from your connection or maybe something in the past, but they are deeply hurt, or they feel that maybe you are hurting. So your person is possibly feeling that you may be heartbroken. There could be a past relationship that you are bringing those issues and problems into this relationship, but your person feels that you are deeply hurt or sad about something. You guys could be going through a separation. There's minimum to no communication possibly happening. They're possibly feeling like you're grieving or mourning the loss of someone or something. You're more so in this energy of feeling broken and just feeling sad. Let's see. How is Aries person feeling about them? And your person possibly feels that you may be holding on to the past, not necessarily speaking about what needs to happen or something that could have happened, and you could be avoiding this situation. Then you have the next card is the Golden Mirror card. It says self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. So your person possibly feels that you are possibly too self-absorbed. Maybe your person thinks that you may be a narcissist or have narcissistic tendencies. They're feeling like this relationship is one-sided, like if it's not your way, it's no one's way. Or they feel like you may be love bombing them, just giving them just enough to keep them there, but not enough to keep them happy. Or this could be how you feel about your person. You know, the energy can always change, Aries. So it doesn't necessarily mean that this could be your person's energy. This could be both of you guys' energy. There's one card that fell. Excuse me, sorry about that. Okay, wow. So you have the addiction card. Very similar to the codependency card, kind of similar to the Four of Pentacles. There are some addictions, the cards say. Codependent, obsessions, maybe possessive, controlling. Restraint. Have like a black cloud over them. So your person feels that maybe you are codependent or you have some obsessions. And this doesn't necessarily have to be obsessions about the relationship. You take it how it resonates. Obsessions to old habits that need that needs to stop. You could be very controlling, very possessive, and it's possibly causing some type of disconnect within this relationship. This is how your person is feeling towards you. Let's get a clarifying card for you, Aries. Can I get an outcome card for Aries? What is the outcome when it comes down to this relationship? What is the outcome? Okay, so now this is very interesting because you have the Seven of Swords as an outcome card. The Seven of Swords is someone that is being deceptive, that's not being honest. They could be sneaky, could have some interior motives. Or this is someone who is giving, who's received advice on how to handle a situation, and they're not listening and they're doing what they want to do. So they're not necessarily taking the advice. They're just going to do what they want to do. But however, this is very frustrating energy. If you look at the crow that's at the bottom of this card, you see that it is like screaming. It's screaming or it's making a noise, but it's very frustrated. And it's like it's trying to communicate to the person that's behind them. And this person behind them is doing their own thing. This is someone who is running away from something. This is someone who's getting advice on how to deal with the situation, but they're not following it. And it's like it's time to think out of the box. And you could be overlooking like the warning signs, Aries. So please, please, please make sure that you pay attention to the red flags due to the energy of this reading. And I hope that this brings you clarity when it comes down to your relationship. Please be sure to make sure that you pay attention to the red flags, know your worth, continue with your self-respect, and make sure that you are standing up for yourself and no longer taking anything and everything from individuals around you. All right, Aries, thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. Bye, Aries.